YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. That started back in 2005 and was originally a dating site. But I never started day one because, well, I was only 1 year old at the time. Crazy how when I first started using YouTube, I was like 10 years old on my dad's Windows 7. And you could still see when an advert was going to be displayed on the timeline. And it was funny for the viewer to see which YouTubers are trying to shove as many mid-rolls as possible on their video to you. And that video be like, with 8 or 9 mid-rolls. If it's 40 minutes long, fair enough. 30-minute programs like the Saturday morning cartoons had plenty. But since then, YouTube has come a long way, and in recent times, people have called out the Mr. Beastification of YouTube ruining the platform because the top of the top content creators are so linear and generic. Listen, okay, this video is not about that, first of all, and second, even those videos are getting saturated as well anyway. Like, it's all of a sudden a guaranteed viewed video to talk about this subject. Maybe it's just me. No. The point of this video is to discuss the other areas of YouTube that most other content creators are thinking on. Like, for example, YouTube Shorts. Okay, so YouTube Shorts. The only reason it even exists at all is because of TikTok.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
You know, another company that just so happens to be a rival to YouTube. It got really popular and blew up, and everybody's WhatsApps and Snapchats are filled with random TikToks. But anywho, that's the backstory in its entirety. Literally a company trying to compete with another company because it sees it as competition. But like, why must this take up every corner of the platform? Within a few scrolls, mind you. This isn't even a good thing, first of all. YouTube Shorts was always around. In theory, if you wanted to make a short video about something, you can upload a 1-second video to the platform, no problem. Now there is just a dedicated section on the platform to do it. Doesn't quite make sense. And second, I understand a lot of people have already made this point, so I'll make it relatively brief. All YouTube Shorts is, in a nutshell, a rebranded TikTok. They say TikTok is killing attention spans worse than goldfishes, and now YouTube Shorts is the same thing anyway. And it used to be a thing before this, just not with a dedicated area on the platform. Point is, did we really need this? No. Of course not. It was a desperate move by YouTube, which actually brings me up to my next point. Discoverability. Remember at the beginning when I said YouTube is the second largest search engine? YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. Yeah, that's still true to this day.
To this day!
However, not as much as before if I had to measure, because the new layout is just simply awful. You still get your top video search results, that much is still true. You actually got a lot more adverts shoved down your throat than before. But scroll down a little bunch more and a bunch of YouTube Shorts are there taking up the space. You got the people also watched, so it isn't necessarily tied to what you searched if those first few videos just so happen to not have what you want, or necessarily be of good enough quality or value. Not saying these videos aren't, I haven't watched them, I'm just declaring my point. Back when I was 15 to 16 years old, the number one thing I would be searching up is how to do the quadratic formula, because obviously I'm in school right now and algebra gets trickier and trickier, not necessarily harder and harder like some people believe. Fine, okay. Now, I understand all these new features come with their ups and downs, but then you keep scrolling down and I find out my next point. Clutterfunk. No, not that one. That's easy to deal with. I'm talking about the YouTube clutterfunk mess of space on the homepage, which, to be fair, has dialed down a little bit, I'd say. Remember at the beginning how I said YouTube is a video sharing platform? Well, now it has community posts, shorts, and whatever the heck this is. Oh boy, I'm glad people stopped ruining the community posts because I was afraid they were gonna delete that at some point. Because at first I was kinda happy, you know, when it got announced and released. Until I realized I'm a nobody and I wasn't quite allowed the feature at the time because I didn't have the clout. But then I realized everybody is just spamming emojis for some reason. Like, homie, I ain't trying to play a game like find the button in Minecraft or hide and seek with some pixels. I'm just a humble bystander trying to watch my next YouTube video in peace. And hopefully it's not recommending me someone that's going to be raping my ears with overstimulation Mr. Beast clones. I'm going to let everybody in on some honorable mentions. Recently, a YouTuber by the name of Sully
That'll work.
shed some light on a mini fiasco of the fact that YouTube got ruined, absolutely gutted their design. I'm glad they didn't stick around for this. Heck, I didn't even notice this until researching stuff for this video. And then I eventually stumbled upon Sully's video. Another honorable mention is the removal of the dislike button. I don't know why this is still a thing to this day, but I don't really care. Nobody does. Everybody has moved on. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And finally, the YouTube Rewind. The last person to attempt it outside YouTube officials themselves was Mr. Beast. No, not that one. Not that one. Come on. Hey, I said Mr. Beast. Ah, there he is. Yeah, Mr. Beast was also pretty cool, but yeah, nobody cares because it's YouTube Rewind. It just cannot cater to everyone on the platform. I mean, it had Ninja on there.
Moving. I'm not seeing enough movement.
Actually, now that I think about it, since YouTube Rewind is one of the most disliked videos on YouTube, which was made by officials, it probably hurted their feelings and looked bad for the company. And yet, here we were thinking things were scary when Susan was there. Turns out, we could not have been more wrong. So that is the real reason why they decided to get rid of the dislikes. They got emotional that too many people were dogging on their own videos. And it looked bad on them and hurt their feelings. Listen, I'll openly admit, a lot of people did not like one of my videos. Ain't bothering me. At least people cared enough about my video to leave a disdain or slight disinterest in it. That is why it is called YouTube. You can do whatever the heck you want to do, cause who's gonna stop you? Anyway, I feel I have gotten my points across enough. I by no means think YouTube is going downhill. I just want to point that out there. I just imagine a world where they hopefully start making better decisions rather than worse ones, because in all honesty, YouTube ain't going nowhere. It is owned by Google first of all, and comes pre-installed on everybody's phones these days. Not the kids version, thank God. The little rugrats are getting technology as young as 4 nowadays. God bless their innocent souls. However, I think it should go without saying, I do not hate YouTube. I love it as much as anyone else. And like I said before, it ain't going anywhere. So don't hate, appreciate. But now I'm curious as to what you guys think of all this in the comment section down below.